It has been a while since she gazed at the night sky in Japan, walking home with a convenience store bag in hand. Mirai Kinosaki let out a sigh while looking up at the sky above. The moon hung there, like a cutout in the heavens. Even though this place was far from her hometown, it suited her better than any place she had visited before. With the tepid breeze caressing her skin and the humid night air. Even after being away for almost 6 years, this place still felt like home. While it was comforting in a way, it carried with it a tinge of melancholy. Man, things never go my way, do they? Letting out a massive sigh, she pulled out her phone. Flipping through her messaging app, she called up a friend whom she hadn't met up in a while. You could say there were childhood friends, but they weren't particularly close. After moving away, their only real contact was through the occasional correspondence between their parents. A shrill dial tone rang out. Feeling a sudden nervousness come over her, she took a deep breath. She counted to 10, then 20 before he picked up. Hello? Oh, hey, it's been a while, Owen. I'm glad this account's still active. In response to her words, Owen Dreadnought let out a sigh into the phone. Is that you, Mirai? Yeah, it's been ages. Is your mother doing all right? Yeah, she's been fine lately. Ooh, what do you mean, oh? Oh, nothing. Mirai laughed in response to Owen's suspicious tone. If she hadn't been the one to call him, she probably wouldn't have recognized the voice on the other end of the line as Owen's. Mirai pondered for a moment. It had been almost 10 years since they last spoke, so it was only natural. But even so, I was thinking just how much you've changed. You're so cute back then. Although the classmate she grew up with was not always straightforward, he always smiled. But now anytime he would do an interview after winning a Digimon card game tournament, he would always project an aura of aloofness. I knew that you were like that, but I guess it's not just an act. That was a long time ago. The last time we talked must have been... You left Japan 10 years ago, didn't you? After that, we exchanged Christmas cards, but I left home 6 years ago. It's been a long time, so of course things would change. Okay, then. Okay. Owen did not sound exasperated. Yumirai chuckled. I was suppose you're right. When you put it that way, I guess it really has been a lifetime. So, we haven't talked in 6 years. So what's the deal with you? I don't know. I guess I just got back to Japan. It made me think of you somehow. Seriously? Hey, come on. You'll hurt my feelings if you keep questioning me. There must be some special reason why you decided to call me up tonight. Nope, no reason. Well, I guess I did see your face pop up today. You mean at the World Championships? Yeah, you guessed it. Congrats on the back-to-back wins. You're pretty much untouchable now, huh? Owen shook his head in irritation in the face of Mirai's nonchalant comment. After 6 years, that's what you call to say? Pretty much. You don't have any ulterior motives? So I saw you there in that interview. I remembered your face from my childhood, but you looked so glum. It worried me a bit. But if I said that, he'd hang up immediately, surely. I'm just calling up my old pal Owen. It's not like I stand to gain from a Digimon card game celebrity. Can't a gal make a phone call? After a short pause, Owen let out a sigh, as though admitting defeat. Fine, just for a bit. Of course. I'm just on my way home from the convenience store now. Are you at your parents'? No way, I couldn't show my face there. I'm crashing at a friend's place until I can save enough money for my next trip. Come on, say something. Mirai pouted over indescribable air Owen gave off through his silence. The white circle of the moon hung overhead as she walked down the street. Do you keep in touch with your parents? Here and there, I guess. Arise, was it? Your little sister? When was the last time you talked to her? 2 months ago. I don't mean like that, chatting on a messenger app. When was the last time you actually talked over the phone or in person? While Owen pressed her for details, Mirai let out a groan, akin to that of a squashed toad. Yeah, I know there's no point. She had brushed it off before, but the reason she had called while feigning ignorance was out of her concern for Owen. He didn't seem happy at all after his win on the big stage. Mirai thought that he needed to chat with someone outside the Digimon card world for a bit. She called on a whim, but it had been nearly 10 years since they last spoke. During that time, all she had seen of him was his role as the Digimon card game champion. So of course, that was the only thing that she could think to bring up. Because of that conversation, naturally she shifted towards her. You should keep it in touch. Oh, and you sound just like my mom. Here I am calling out of the blue for a friend. Calling out of concern for a friend. Instead, I end up being the pathetic 22-year-old whose family ties are being questioned. Aren't your parents worried? Why would they be? I keep in touch, let them know where I am, and that I'm safe. Then I just do my own thing. So why then are you staying with them? If you have a good relationship with them, then you have no reason not to drop by after coming to Japan. Hitting me right where it hurts, as expected from the Digimon World Champ. Flattery will get you nowhere. Well, begging your pardon. Mirai laughed half-jokingly, then let out a quiet sigh, so as not to be heard over the phone. He had hit a sore spot. Oh, that's right. Rise is going hard on her exams. I thought that if I were to come back now, it would cause fuss and get in the way of her studying. All right, she's in her first year of high school, isn't she? If you're saying that now, when it's not even exam season, you'll never end up going back. You're not my mom, Owen. Seriously, when did you get so nosy? Say whatever you want, but your time with family is precious. Wait to lay it on me with that serious tone. That's not fair. His mother's collapse and the subsequent decision for the Dreadnought family to return home all happened without Mirai knowing. She came home one night after hanging out with her friends to find her parents busy doing work and contacting people. They had asked her to babysit Arise, her sister, who was still very young. Dinner rolled around, but their parents were nowhere to be seen. Mirai and Arise ate the instant curry that she had nervously put together. Then she drew a bath for Arise and tried to keep her spirits up until they went to bed. The next morning, when the two woke up and made their way to the dining table, they were greeted by the tired faces of their parents, who explained what had happened to Owen's mother and that they would be returning to their home country. At the time, Mirai wasn't even able to understand the severity of the situation, so little Arise likely had no idea whatsoever. Oh, by the way, suddenly she remembered a memory that had been swept away. The junior boy who had nervously approached Mirai and spoke to her as she was walking home with girls from her class. His question was about digital monsters. He wanted to surprise his friend Owen by showing off some Digimon knowledge that Owen didn't know. Since then, Mirai would occasionally meet up with him to talk about Digimon anime and handheld devices. That was the start of a family-wide relationship. He apparently even helps out Arise now. Hey Owen, do you still keep in touch with your friends in Japan? Why the sudden question? Yeah, there was Sho, right? Sho to Kazuma, I mean. Owen and Sho, you guys were always together. No. Mirai's shoulders tensed up unwittingly as the voice on the other end of the line grew noticeably heavy. Oh, I'm sorry, did something happen? No, nothing. That voice seems to disagree. No, I'm serious, it's nothing. He just ran away. His words belied something, but he clearly refused to press further. Mirai had no desire to dig into whatever happened between him and Shota Kazuma at the risk of hurting Owen. But at the same time, if she were that kind of person to drop something, she wouldn't have called him out of the blue to begin with. It's not like she could ignore Owen's tone, which had hinted something serious. Owen, do you think running away is a bad thing? What do you mean? I don't know what happened between you and Sho, but if you ever thought that he ran away from you, and if it had something to do with the Digimon card game, images came to mind of his successful victories broadcast from different parts of the world each year. A fire burned within his eyes, yet his expression hinted at something missing, as his gaze drifted over the battle area. Do you think you've gotten to the point where you can't run away anymore? Because if you have, I think the first thing you ought to do is to stop cornering yourself. What are you trying to do? Oh, nothing, just some advice from a childhood friend who's pretty good at running away. A deafening silence resounded from the other side of the line. Mirai came to a stop under a street light, waiting for Owen's next words. All that filled the air was the faint sound of the buzzing electric light. Even so. After a full minute, Owen's voice shattered the night air. I have to keep fighting here, for now. Not for anyone else, but because it's what I want to do. I see, that's the case. Then I guess it's not simply my place to say anything. Mirai muttered softly, lifted one foot, and then stepped out of the glow of the streetlight. Well, what about you, then? What about me? The thing you said before about being good at running. Oh, yeah, I figured you'd bring that up. When you said run away, do you mean like when you left home to travel and before you realized you came back to Japan? No, it's not like that. Mirai gathered her resolve and spoke up. I started traveling because I wanted to. I didn't do it because I wanted to escape, but thinking about it, she realized that it was her dream, that it was the dream of a spoiled child from well-off family, but she didn't regret it one bit. Whether or not she could beam with pride about it to her parents or her little sister was a different matter. The fact remained that after 6 years of traveling, she started to feel a desire to reflect on herself. Now, I'm just taking a little pause, that's all. So you're going to be in Japan for a bit? I guess so. I have to earn some money before I can travel again. Owen seemed resigned to his thoughts after hearing Mirai's words, then broke into speech as he thought he had finally realized something. In that case, why not give it a shot? Huh? Give what a shot? Liberator, Digimon Liberator. Oh, that service that's launching next year? Mirai's grasped sharply as the unexpected utterance. So you still keep up with the new info? Huh. But I bet you didn't know that they were started recruiting from the closed beta. Oh, they've been open for a whole year? I got to try it out for a bit myself. I have to say, the VR environment is very impressive and the map is huge. If you like traveling, you might enjoy it. It couldn't hurt to apply, right? And your sister plays too, right? Upon hearing this, she let out a squeak. Oh, Reese? I mean, she was in the Digimon back in the day, but honestly, I don't know what if I can show my face to that kid anymore. Anyway, that's about it for me. I gotta go. I hope you find that passion to drive you someday. Hey, wait a minute. Owen! He hung up on me. Mirai stared down the screen of her now silent phone and let out a sigh. Digimon Liberator, huh? If she were her usual self, she probably wouldn't have been interested. And if her little sister might have been interested in playing, then perhaps it was even more reason for her to stay away. But if the one and only Owen is suggesting it, then maybe it's worth a shot. One day in class, a friend from abroad was talking about it, which is why I started longing to see the world. She walked down the evening streets, mumbling to herself about whether she could buy a D-storage online, and whether she could use her friend's address for the pickup location. All the while, the silver rays of the moon shone down upon her. And now, a year has already passed since she joined the Liberator beta test. Emerald Coast in Lacuna, Mirai stood there, looking at the clear blue sky with the wild wind swirling past, and she had a big stretch. Man, I'm really not the best at the cards, am I? When she got to the secluded area, she looked back on the ground, closed her eyes, and felt the breeze. There was a grove of bamboo or something similar nearby. The rustling sound of the leaves was comforting. She didn't find battles too bad, but this she loved. She spent the majority of the closed beta riding around Lacuna on her bike. Mirai became a valuable asset to the GMs because she found a plethora of bugs in the process, but she didn't contribute much to the battle system or the quest debugging front, and she hadn't really connected with the other members. She grew to like the game and she grew to like Digimon, but she never did find that passion that Owen spoke of. Rise, you'll come, won't you? Despite never asking, her parents told her that Rise had become obsessed with Digimon card game and had purchased a D-storage as soon as the Liberator service went live. It made sense that she would be good at card games since she was the type to be logical and hyperfixate on one thing. If they were bumping into each other in Lacuna, they might end up battling. Mirai figured that she would probably train up a bit so that she didn't embarrass herself. She shook her head as soon as she thought to cross her mind. It was precisely because she was thinking about such improper things that she couldn't fully immerse herself in the game. Come on, Mirai, shape up. It was at this moment that a loud voice rang out and found its way to her ears. It sounded like a person's voice, but there was nobody around. What was that? Mirai sat up and was probing her surroundings for the source of the noise, until finally her gaze fell upon the bamboo grove behind her. From within the grove were dozens of tall bamboo-like objects stuck out of the ground. There was one shoot that glowed a golden hue. But that wasn't all. From within the glowing light, she could hear a girl's voice repeating a sound almost like a dial tone. If one were to try to put it into words, it'd be something like something like that. What is this? Is this what this meant to be here? Maybe it's a bug. She was trepidatious but felt compelled to reach out her hand to the bamboo as if something was drawing her in. As soon as she touched her hand touched it, the bamboo split to two with a soft pop. Inside of it there was a beautiful princess, or rather a Digimon shaped like a Hanawana, with an unreadable expression instead. Human, are you the one who's willing to be my master? Huh? Master? Your reaction is concerning. This fills me with dread for the future. But it is what it is. Due to my radiant aura, it is becoming impossible to stay hidden any longer. After sitting stunned silent as the pompous proclamation for a moment, Mirai's demeanor brightened. Oh my god, you're the cutest thing ever! What? I failed to grasp this concept, but so long as the glory of my radiance is conveyed, that will do. Human, carry me. Already on it, she said as she grasped the Hanawana Digimon by the trunk and yanked on it. Its cylindrical torso slipped out of the bamboo with the sound of a vacuum-like pop. Come now, can't you grasp me with a little more dignity? Sorry about that. It's fine. I am Honeymon. You've been graced with the privilege of being my master. Your name's Honeymon? I'm Mirai. Pleased to meet you. She totally ignored any and all questions she might have had about this previously unknown Digimon, and about the business of Digimon hiding inside random objects, and extended her hand to Honeymon to shake on it. They would be the story that she would tell her little sister about Mirai Kinosaki, countered her new passion, but that would be saved for a much, much later. I have always admired the strong. With Lacuna always so boring, it's natural that I felt that way. For some reason, this world's poison, which all the other Digimon fear, has no effect on me. The sun's rays are hot, and the breeze is gentle. That's it. I considered befriending a human like the others do, so I could fight as a card. Maybe then I could get rid of this pervasive boredom. But I didn't go through with it. If some human became my tamer, they were a weakling and kept losing. It'd be less bearable than the boredom I'm always enduring. Hey you! Hold on, not a chance. And that's why I'm running away, like usual, from those fools on the debugging team who keep trying to catch me. You're too slow. You'll never catch me if you really want to catch me. This became my usual tagline while running away. That's right, there's only one person fit to be my tamer. A person whose name is spoken by all with a tone of admiration. The strongest man across all the land. He's cool, and he's got the passion. You'd better bring Owen Dreadnought with you. I shouted up at the sky. That's right, one day he'll come for me. I don't know what kind of person he is, but I'm sure he's cool. He has zero flaws, and is all around an awesome guy. Once I team up with the world's greatest tamer, I'll finally be free from these boring days. At least that's what I thought. What in the world? The reigning champion, the ferocious Crimson Dragonblade, Owen Dreadnought, has been defeated? The commentators made a huge commotion. They're on the World Championship stage, and Lacuna was my hero with sweat on his brow, hanging his head in defeat. The crowd erupted at the crowning of the new champion. So he couldn't win. Even though nobody was around, I said it under my breath and audibly. The person who was the strongest in the world was bested. And now someone else holds the title. And I've always looked up to the strongest person. So naturally I should switch horses. It should be that simple. I couldn't shake it. My spirits were down, and I turned my back to the screen and walked away. The wind was gentle, yet another day of boredom. A month had passed. The same boring breeze was blowing down the Emerald Coast when they appeared in front of me. Agumon, is that it? Indeed. This is a new type of Digimon that has been reported that existed in the Obsidian Desert. Hey, where'd you learn your manners? I have a name, you know. It's Elizamon. Elizamon? I've never heard of a Digimon like this before. Given the fact that sightings were reported all over a month ago, you must possess resistance to Lacuna poison, just like Yao Sangomon. As he said this, the man turned his gaze upon me like a dragon's eyeing prey. Elizamon, I am called Owen Dreadnought. I know, you're the guy who lost the Digimon Card Game World Championship title. I was watching the battle. You went down easily to some guy named Zenith or something. It was pathetic. Hey, watch what you say. Watch it. You should watch what you say. The Digimon standing before Owen, Agumon glared in my direction. Not happy about it, I guess. I guess you did lose along with him, didn't you now? What? That's enough, Agumon. But Owen! He turned to Agumon and simply shook his head, then fixed his gaze on me. It seems that you've caused my team member a lot of trouble, Elizamon. You're constantly running away from the debugging team. While he was saying this, he bent down as to meet my gaze. I did not like that. Whenever I saw him on screen, he was powerful, larger than life. I thought he would never reduce himself to meet someone beneath. The debugging team, you're with them? That's right. Upon hearing this reply, my lips puckered up. I was ready to open my mouth and spew out the obscenities that were building up inside me. What a joke! Not only are you not a world champion, now you're just some lapdog for the developers. You're super lame. Hey, the debugging team are not lapdogs. If you say so, old foggy Agumon. Old foggy? Elizamon, why do you view the debugging team as your enemy? In response to Owen, his expression unbroken, I snorted through my nose. I wouldn't say that we're enemies. I just don't want to be captured by those fools with their sweet talk. Lacuna's poison doesn't do anything to me, so they can just leave me alone. That won't do. This is part of the mission. Come with me. Owen Dreadnought had been sole, undisputed champion. It just didn't feel right hearing him talk about allies, missions, or whatever. The debugging team is a bunch of boring losers, no? I was tired of hearing platitudes, so I thought I would say something mean. If strength is your concern, then you needn't worry. He was still unfazed. Then, we have Zenith on the team, the current champion. He said one thing absolutely I did not want to hear. What's wrong with you? You're so lame. Don't you have any pride? I was only attempting to dispel your dissatisfaction. If this Zenith whoever is on the team, then they are lame too. Humans are all the same. Lame and boring and stupid. After I spat that out, I stuck my tongue out at him, spun around and dashed away. Agumon called out to stop me and gave chase, but his legs weren't fast enough to keep up. Eventually, I arrived in the shadow of a deserted building. After listening for human voices with my massive ears and ensuring I was alone, I plopped down on the ground. I can't believe it. He's so lame. Owen, the one I idolized on the big screen, turned out to be concerned with his own team and making excuses. Are all humans like this? They must be. Owen seemed so cool, and he even turned out that way. I could have at least gotten a signature or something before I ran off. I was taken back at the words that just came out of my mouth. I just realized that I was actually this guy's fan. It's all so boring. One week passed with each day. More people came to Lacuna. Unlike other Digimon, I was not about to hide inside of objects or NPCs. So the number of spots where I could laze around without fear of being seen was rapidly diminishing. Hey, it's one of those days when Owen Dreadnought came to see me. You again? Give me a break already. You really want to catch me that badly? Cool it. That's not what I'm here to... Cool it. That's not why I'm here today. I didn't have to listen to anything from him. Owen was no longer the one I idolized, so why in the world would I waste my time on him? And yet there I was, standing there, not running away. I was so annoyed with myself. Fine, what is it? Last time you said you were bored, right? Yeah, what of it? Then come with me. I'm going around Lacuna. Huh? I let out a gasp unintentionally. What are you on about? If I walk around Lacuna like normal, I'm going to get seen by some human. You don't have to worry about that. I put in a request with the developers. There's a program that disguises you to look like other Digimon to regular players. So, they say it was created for when new types of Digimon roam Lacuna. Don't worry, it's not a trap. I couldn't help but shake my head at Owen, who had stopped speaking as though there was nothing left to say. No, that doesn't make any sense. Why do you want me to go around Lacuna with you? You're bored, aren't you? It would be a change of pace. It's something that I can offer, and I won't allow anyone else on the team to mess with you. What are you up to? Well, what it would be, are you coming or not? It could be a trap, but what is the offering is beyond my wildest dreams. Something truly exciting. Finally a break from this never-ending sequence of boring days. If Owen really were the type to lead me into a trap, at least it would be interesting to try to escape. I started to have a reckless feeling about the whole thing. Fine, I'll go. All right. Wait. Owen said one word and then turned around to go, and I scrambled onto my feet to stop it. What is it? You're not coming? No, I'll go, but what about the old Foggy? If you're referring to Agumon, he's resting in my D storage today. So that means there's only the two of us? That a problem? No, it's fine. Totally fine. Then let's go. Today we're progressing in the main scenario. Hey, quit leaving me behind. I called out to Owen, who was casually striding away. Oh, sorry, you don't want to walk? I can carry you. What? No, thank you. I could feel my cheeks blushing. If I were to say that this felt kind of like a date, he'd probably come back with, would that be a problem or something? Thinking about it made me mad again. Traveling around Lacuna with Owen was actually a lot of fun, as much as I didn't want to admit it, more than anything that had happened up to that point. From what little I had overheard from the humans talking, the main scenario never seemed that interesting. But after reviewing it for myself alongside him, it was grand. It totally changed my perspective. But the best part by far was the battle. Even though it was just meant to be a casual battle between Owen and someone from outside the debugging team, his precise and implacable style was as striking as ever. He watched over the battle area sharply, not letting the slightest occurrence escape notice, threading the needle to victory no matter what the opponent played. He was the very Crimson Dragonblade I always looked up to. After thoroughly enjoying his battle and returning to the Emerald Coast, bathed in the setting sun rays, I couldn't say that I didn't have fun, much to my frustration. That's all for today. From now on, don't cause my friends too much trouble. What's more, Owen never showed a hint that he was attempting to protect me or capture me. Is that really it? Don't you have to catch me? Maybe, but today's objective was to relieve you of your boredom. None of this makes any sense. Why was that your objective anyway? Judging by your demeanor before, it seems that I disappointed a fan. Huh? As I let out a yelp, Owen simply shrugged his shoulders unfazed. I talked about you with an old friend, and that's what they told me. I'm not interested in a fan service. But if I've hurt anyone, I have to make it up for it. Oh, I could feel my face heating up. Who is this old friend of his? And is that why he spent the day with me? There were so many things that I wanted to say, but none of them could win out over my joy at the fact that someone I looked up to spent his day with me. Words of gratitude, stubborn, spiteful remarks, all of them swirled around inside, coming and going. My head was spinning until all that was left was a single simple question from a plain old fan. Are you going to keep playing? That's the plan. Why? Are you going to try to be the best in the world again? When you won before, you didn't seem very happy about it. Would there be something you want to do or accomplish if you won again? Upon hearing my question, Owen's eyes widened a bit before he looked off in the distance and slowly spoke. Someone is waiting for me. What? I made a promise. One day we'll fight on the world stage. That's why I must keep aiming for that place from now on. What are you talking about? Is this guy strong? He never bested me, and he's probably forgotten about our promise. His expression shifted to one I had not seen before, and I suddenly felt compelled to say something, so I blurted out. So then, what are you waiting for? This dude that when you don't even know if they're going to show up? You're right. Owen responded right away. The setting sun dropped behind him, making his face impossible to read. Suddenly his D-Storage made a beeping noise. After checking the message, he looked towards me. Sorry, it looks like there's an out-of-control NPC nearby. I gotta go. With that, he started walking briskly away. He's always like this. Then, suddenly, Agumon started talking to me. He must have come out of D-Storage. Why'd you pop out of a sudden, old foggy? Can't you quit calling me old? Point is, Owen is that kind of guy. Always starting off into the distance. Even if I don't know if he's looking into the future or the past, I'm always there by his side. Then why are you with him? Isn't it obvious? Agumon put in a weary grin. Because I enjoy battling alongside him. What do you say? If you were to chase after Owen right now and become his card, you could fight alongside him too, you know. Huh? You're making it so obvious. I couldn't bring myself to say it as if I had fall for that anymore. Because I didn't want to fight alongside the Crimson. Because I did want to fight alongside the Crimson Dragonblade. I wanted to look on from his side. But if I were to say I wanted to become a card, Owen may not show it, but he's a softie. He won't say no. I might take your place, old foggy. What? Hey, come on now! Agumon shouted in exasperation as I dashed off after Owen, catching up with him and climbing up his back. Owen looked at me, perched on his shoulder with an unsurprised expression. It's decided. I'll become your card. You better play me right. Not that I need to tell you, of all people, that. You got it. With that, Owen kept on walking with me, riding his shoulders, not breaking a stride. Good grief, maybe Maybe that unruly lizard... Good grief. Maybe with that unruly little lizard around, maybe Owen will change. Agumon's quiet muttering from behind did not escape my ears.